volume, the 4 biggest volume candles are the 4 biggest trades that I had on that trade down from the top edges. And you think to yourself, trading's difficult? Not really. Volume and value at price. End of story. Volume and value at price. All you have to remember is 3 words. Volume, value, and price. Well, you might say, but and's another word, so that's 4 words. So volume and value, price. Volume, value, price. So when we understand that, we can understand this idea here. Look, big volume, profit take, bounce, sell back in. Big volume, profit take, bounce, sell back in. Profit take, bounce, sell back in. Not profit take, because you've already profited all the way through. Net longs, boom, straight up, why don't you? Straight up, why don't you? It's time to deal. And obviously in terms of structure against that last basic structure high, you can go blue line to red line, and guess where the halfback trade was? Exactly where the prices just stopped on the way off of this ledge, right? There's the halfback trade area right there. And there's your narrative right there. You see it? There's your narrative right there. So there's your profit take number 1 for your longs. Your profit take number 2, if you lose value, would be here. Your profit take number 2, if you don't, would be up here. Top line prices. And when you think about that, that is just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now, when you start thinking about that, you start recognizing the quality of a very, very simple analysis. Volume and price. But where's the value? Well, we go through the value to see what the value is telling us. The value we're looking for is we're looking for the purple line to be extended above the blue line if we're going to buy it or take profits. So we want to get the purple line above the blue line, and we'd rather see the whole blue line starting to drop off a little bit. Now that's the challenge during this phase, because the blue line is not dropping off really at any stage during this phase here. It's not really giving us a solid downside move. It's okay, but it's not great. So we've got to be careful about over purchasing. Now, if we made a mistake on any of these buys, would we have paid a price? No. We'd have cut off our profits on the short trade a little bit earlier, but we were taking profits anyway, so we wouldn't have killed our price. And if instead of just taking profits, I'd got net long, I would still have been able to make somewhere in excess of 20 ticks and a stop at break even, worst case scenario, from each of those volume candles, right? Worst case scenario, 20 ticks and a stop at break even. I would have made as much buying this bottom edge and making 20 and 20 and then getting into the trade than I would have if I just held the short. So it doesn't make any difference is what I'm saying. If you don't trust that number, do the sums for yourself. If I sold here and closed out here, or if I sold at the top edge at 103.50s and then closed out at 101.50s, I've made a lot of money. But if I've taken profits here and I've ended up buying it, I could always have sold back in and I could have made a lot more money on the rotational phase of this bottom edge. Rotational phase. So we now know that there is a very large buyable opportunity right there. You can see a massive value divergence creeping in there. Massive value. The purple and the blue line are actually going in opposite directions. When we add the red line to this, you'll see that the purple line and the red line are also divergent. The red line has came from here and it's streaked to the top side. The purple line's only just made a higher high. So the red line is also divergent. But what else can we do to get a very, very, very strong story? The black line, the percentage line. Let's take a look at the percentage line. You can see that the percentage line is going up as the blue line is going down. Now, this is the tightest correlation to the crack spread because it is the crack spread. It's the same thing. You're comparing crack spread to crack spread. So when I see that divergence there, I say to myself, that is the buy trade. Sure enough, ties in beautifully with that huge volume down candle. There is your buy trade. And we went 101.55s to 102.50s, nearly $1,000 on the buy side before it gets jammed into your target price. Absolutely perfect. Anyone? Anyone on board? I know Cliffs doesn't seem to be in today, but anybody else? Rennie, you were trading oil earlier. Did you get the buy at the bottom edge? Did you come in earlier? Could you have taken a buy trade on any of these earlier swings? Of course you could have. You had the black line going up there, the blue line going down there, so you could have taken a buy trade there instead of just a profit take. Into the top edge, there isn't a single candle that stands out on that one. But into the top edge here, the black line's going up, the blue line's going down. There is another buy trade right there. It is spectacular, isn't it? Spectacular for a buy opportunity. So there's one oil trade. It's just me and you today, Rennie. Best oil desk in the world, and we've got 2 traders on it, guys. My God, Kim. So no oil traders on the planet. Soul destroying, isn't it? Soul destroying. And you see these amazing trades, and there's 2 people on board. Okay, the S&P is catching up a bit. Obviously, it's Powell's comments. Remember I said that Powell would probably try and talk up the S&P? Remember I mentioned that, guys? We suggested that Powell would probably try and talk up the S&P. Well, guess what's happening? So did we get that right, guys? Did we get it right about buy-side equities when Powell came on? Pretty much. Pretty much. So that 94 was a good price level, wasn't it? If you recall, we gave you the 94 yesterday. And we suggested that you fancied doing some business. The 94 was probably the place to do business from. And my goodness, did we get that one right as well. 94 bottom edge, guys. 94. It's in your tweets from last night, by the way, if you didn't know. 94 bottom edge has just traded 45. $2,500 since that bottom edge was put in. $2,500 since that bottom edge was put in at 94s, guys. Tweeted last night to the literally to the tick. You'll see it. We had a big M attached to it, and for major, could have been a kernel, but it was a major, and we did well. Did well. Good bit of business. Well done, laddies. Well done, laddies. I like your style.